finally, I get the one and only Kevin 6'9" Britton coming
What
out
up?
of
What up? What up, baby? What's up? What's up, my brother?
NCCU, man.
What's going
Woo!
on?
Hey, man, look, I've been dying for this day, brother. I've been waiting for us to. I'm just like, yo, just click on the link. Just click, and I'm glad you got time, man, because whoo, the one cat, one of the few cats that helped me when I was going through all of that with my son and the crap that he was dealing with in high school at Centerville. You were there, my man.
Well,
You,
you
you,
know, that's
you.
what family is about, bro. That's what
Yeah,
family
yeah,
about, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So man, just so for us to be able to sit and chat about the sport that we love, it's a good thing to me. So, I want to get right into it, man.
All righty.
NBA Finals, man. We thought my man Halliburton's going to be able to take him over the mountaintop, but like you said, that last game, bro, anything could happen, and I
Yeah, man.
don't. I think I don't know, man. What do you think, man? You think they would have won if Halliburton didn't get hurt?
You know, I think that it'd have been closer. A game would probably been closer because when you take the heartbeat of a team, just like on a band, you take the drums from a marching band. That's the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
He was definitely the go-to guy for them.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think that Indiana should have got out of this is that you got to have more than one go-to person. The train don't stop because of one person. Um,
But what
people.
about Siakam, though, man? I mean, yeah, I know you need more than one person, man. But what about Siakam, man? I mean, shouldn't he have stepped up better, man? What do you think, man?
I mean, definitely. He's saying. He stepped up to the plate. He swung. I think he hit a infield home run. Because we got to realize this is the changing of the guard. This is a new era of basketball that we getting fed now, and
Yeah,
they got
yeah.
experience. Even with a loss, you get experience. You know what to go back and what bolts to tighten up and everything. So,
Mm-hmm.
you can learn from a loss.
Yeah, yeah. But what do you think, man, about Halliburton, man? Him, Tatum, man, those Achilles, man, they're gonna be out. We're not gonna see him next season, man. So when I look at both of those teams, I look at how Indiana is going to do without Halliburton and how the Celtics are going to do without Tatum, because you see that they already got trades going on. You
Oh
saw
man,
that, yeah,
trade
yeah.
trades
You,
is crazy
yeah,
right now,
yeah. Look, man, look. You got you had the Celtics trade Drew to Portland for the young buck, Anthony Simmons. And then you also got Porzingis going to Atlanta, and that kid Nang, he's going to the Celtics, man. I mean, what do you think about the Celtics making those moves, man? Because we've been talking about the Celtics and how they've been dissing my man Jaylen Brown for the past 2 seasons, but now without Tatum, I think they got to rely on that brother a lot more and give him his props, man.
I think right now, Boston is kind of like in a state of confusion right now.
Mm,
Being that they lost Tatum, I
yeah,
think they are panicking. You know, at the present time, especially the way that the East is growing now. Teams is evolving
yeah,
and trying to stay within the top five. But see, the thing about trading, man, you got to develop another type of chemistry.
yeah. You do,
Um,
yeah, you do.
now how fast will that come about? We don't know. It's
Hmm.
been proven that you can trade, you can get players, you can get quality players, but if the chemistry ain't right, man, that you probably gonna have to edit this, but the shit ain't gonna work. I'm sorry.
but what do you? But yo, so
That's
when
it.
you say that, man, why would you get rid of Drew Holiday? Because he, in my opinion, he is what made us. Only thing I can see with them getting rid of Drew, sending him to Portland, is trying to get the young buck. But he's been, up and down in terms of his development. But I don't, I'm just trying to understand why you're getting rid of Drew
Well,
when you're going to be
I would have
missing
kept
Tatum.
him
I mean,
around.
you want that experience, man. You
Yeah,
want that.
that's exactly why I would have kept him, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, the state of panic. what we got to do? We got to make some moves. We got to make some moves. You know,
Mm-hmm.
our main man is down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Tatum, you know, we don't know when Tatum gonna come back. So what can we do? What can we do? You know
Right.
what?
Right.
You know,
Right.
Tatum is a young guy. He got hard. He's
Mm.
gonna, you know, he's the type of guy that's gonna get out there and do his rehab to get
Yeah.
back on that court. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. He's gonna do his thing. Yeah. He's
he's
gonna
gonna do
do
his
his
thing.
thing.
And then
Yeah. Yeah.
even though there's people that don't like his style of game, he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna work hard to develop it even more. You know,
Right. Right.
the thing I'm wondering now when he come back, will he have that hurt mentality where he don't go, he's scared to go 100%. You know, sometimes with injuries,
Yeah,
players,
like Paul George was, man, when he first got back. Yeah,
right. You know,
yeah,
they
you
come
got
back,
Clay Thomas too, man. Yeah,
right, and
yeah,
then see
yeah.
you can get injuries by not going hard,
That's
doubting
true.
yourself.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. Going half ass that could be the wrong move every time. You're right about that, man. You're right, but let me ask you though, man. When we're talking about the trades, that KD trade, you and I've been talking as well as other people that KD, Curry, Braun, all these young cats, you just said it, it's the changing of the guard. Why
yeah.
would you bring KD? He goes to the Suns. Remember all the hype about him going to the Suns. My man Bradley Bill, Devin Booker, all of that hype. And he's not bringing it, man. I don't see why you're going to get rid of a young, athletic cat like Jalen Green, send him to Phoenix, and him and Dylan Brooks. I can see that, but sending those cats and the picks for KD in Houston, the old cat with the young cats, I the lineup is going to be tight, but I mean,
Well, you
I
know,
don't expect anything to come of that at all.
I don't think nothing gonna come of that. What it is, that was just a marketing move. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's people obviously down there in Houston that would love to see KD play, even
Yeah.
though they not getting the KD of what 10 years ago. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, he's still a marketable person. You know,
Yeah, it's
um,
KD. Yeah, 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 for
KD. You
real.
know,
Yeah.
you as they win the championship, I don't think so. You know, if they do, it's going to be because something happened in the West that changed the flow with other teams. You know, the West is
Mm-hmm.
really, really strong right now.
And you know what, man? Something people not looking at when you look at the West. KD going to Houston. I'm going to get back to that, but when you look at the draft and you look at Cooper Flag going to Dallas, you look at that, and I know it's something we always say, but man, that team healthy with AD, Kyrie, Cooper, man, I'm like, if you give me if I get AD to play 65 games next year, those
Uh,
two that team going to the Western Conference Finals,
you
in
talking about
my
you talking
opinion.
about Brittle Brow?
But the brittle brow, yeah. But look, Mr. Glass,
You
Mr.
know what I'm
Look, Mr. Glass. Yeah, look, when the brother's out there, like even when he got traded, that first half, that dude was dominating. When he's healthy, he's the best player in the
That's the
league.
key. What you just say? What did you
How
just say? If he's healthy.
if look, you pray. See, that's the type of guy I pay to go see.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
definitely. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. When
if he's healthy, he's definitely one of the top five players in the league. If he's
he's the
healthy.
best player in the league, and when he's healthy, ain't nobody better. Ain't nobody better than that cat. Defense on the defensive side, he's got the long range three, he's got the mid range game, he's got the hands, the defense. He just controls both ends. He's like a better version of Bill Russell, and
Okay.
in my opinion. I mean, he can just straight dominate, but
He's one hell of a player, but like we said, it goes back that damn transmission. You know what I'm saying?
he
That damn
got that Mercedes transmission gonna give you problems, huh?
look, you get the ride good and start flipping on you. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you try to push it a little bit more, and
Mm-hmm.
what happens? It breaks down. You know, if he's healthy, they have a good chance to be
Mm-hmm.
very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And but once again, if he's healthy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that. But
Now this is the thing that gets me when we was talking about KD going to the Houston Rockets.
hmm
Um, if I'm correct in the draft order, the Rockets they like the number 10 pick in the first round.
and that's big time right there. They had the 10th pick. Now I can see getting rid of Jalen and Dylan for straight up for KD, but giving up that 10th pick, man, I ain't with that because I got a feeling Phoenix already they got an idea who they're gonna get. I mean, there are a lot of guys in the draft, a lot of guys up and down. They can get a couple of guys from overseas that can be
Well,
that
I
big
was I
power
was I
forward.
was looking at like the top 10 um, guys going into the draft, going
Right.
from Cooper Flag to Darlin. Was that Darlin Harper with
Yeah, yeah, you got Dylan
Rutgers?
Harper. You got those two, Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey.
Ace
Yeah,
Bay,
yeah, from Rutgers, man.
you
Those
know.
two, man. You know what, man? See, this is funny. I'm glad you brought those two up. Kevin, you and I both know, man, that you got guys that are in college that you may not think will do work in the pros. But they get to the pros, you're like, I didn't even know this. So when you look at Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey, the only knock I got on these two cats because they feel that those two guys going to be 2 and 3 after Cooper Flag at number one is that when they was at Rutgers, they had a losing record. But when you watch them play, you're like, yo, but then when I look at the fact that they had a losing record, I look at Markel Fultz coming out of Washington being drafted number one. They didn't win jack when he was in the Pac-12. So when I look at those two guys, man, I got a lot of questions on why you would have them at the top when you got guys like what's my man that just won the national championship. He's not even like in the top, I believe, top 10, top 15, man. Uh,
But you also got a great player, Carter Bryant down in Arizona.
Yeah, that's another K. Yeah, he's one of those
Small
guys that
forward
can shoot
position
the rock. Yeah,
coming
he's a
through.
3 and D guy, man. Yeah, you got him. Yeah, yeah. And look, I know you're a Duke fan, so you got Canuple up in there too, man.
Well, you know it, Duke, baby.
Yeah,
Bull
yeah,
City, Bull
yeah,
City.
yeah, yeah. Look. The Eagles. Yeah, I'm with that, but Chapel Hill all the way. But anyway, man, Eagle pride, baby. See, they don't look. They don't realize they got some Eagles right now. Some former guys, part of the brotherhood at North Carolina Central,
Most definitely, most
kicking it
definitely.
right now, man. But
All for
yeah,
one, one for all. God for us
yeah.
all for the
Hey,
CCU, baby.
that's what it's about.